What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a bit of an informative video for you all, and I haven't really heard much chatter anywhere on this topic. Came across a picture and I did a bit of research really, and here we are making this video, so let's get straight into it. As you guys know, the M2 CS was recently released at a starting price of £75,000. I mean, this is a lot of money for the extra features they're offering on top of the competition, which is about £50,000, £55,000. And we're not going to get into that discussion just yet, but I just wanted to touch on the fact that it was released. And just before that, the M235i Grand Coupe, which is the next generation 2 Series, was also released. Now, looking at these, the only body style that's missing is the Coupe. And I was thinking that they weren't actually going to bring out a Coupe because they just transitioned from a Coupe to a Grand Coupe. However, I came across this picture that looked awfully like a new generation car, and it happened to be the next 2 Series Coupe, which will be released in 2021. And unlike the Grand Coupe, this car will stick to the rear wheel drive system, which is amazing to hear as a car enthusiast. The M235 Grand Coupe, there were a lot of changes to this car. First thing they did was changing it from a rear wheel drive to a front wheel drive car. I mean, as a BMW fan and a car enthusiast, this is massively disappointing for me. I loved it when, it is a bit dangerous, but it's incredibly fun when the rear end kicks out, and you can take the car on track and drift it. But now with a front wheel drive car, it's not going to be possible, is it? But then again, it is a Grand Coupe. Maybe it's more family oriented to have a bit more fun. But I mean, they didn't just stop there though. They decided to make it a 2-litre 4-cylinder car, which is pushing just over 300 brake horsepower now. And it honestly, it is not appealing to me one bit, especially the way it looks. Enough of that, let's just focus on the new Coupe version. And initially I can just see straight away that the bonnet looks a little bit longer than the current F22, and the body panels are very angular and sharp. I quite like it actually. It's very distinct. It has a very aggressive front end, which I like quite a lot. And I can see that it does resemble a little bit of the Grand Coupe, but it's a way better looking car in my opinion. Again, the grills is a massive factor, and the fact that they've kept it reasonably small size compared to what they're doing these days is a massive positive, which is one of the reasons which drew my attention towards this picture. It looks really nice actually. And a little bit about the headlights. These days car manufacturers are going for these straight edged sharp headlights compared to like angel eyes. I just think it's a generational thing really, but no, I do like it. It's nice. But one thing I can say is blacked out grills, front splitter, some side skirts. I think this car will look very mean. And now moving on to the rear end picture, as you can see, the badge on this car says 240i. So what I assume is going to happen, the 235 Grand Coupe, that stays as it is, and then they're going to bring out the 240i Coupe version. One can only assume. There's actually hardly any information out there on this model. The car's just started doing its development runs, so hopefully in the next few months we should be hearing more information on that. But the rear end, it's not bad. The tail lights, I can learn to like them. I think especially it's a very funky design compared to what it is now. Again, with the straight lined edges, I think it's just a generational thing. The one thing I definitely don't like is the tailpipes. It resembles that of the Mercedes, them box exhausts. Was never a fan of those. I do like mine cylindrical, just gives it a racy vibe, you know, a proper sports car. But no, I do like the splitter on this car too. Sorry, not splitter, the what's it called? Spoiler now. Can't believe I just forgot that. But it looks a bit bigger than the normal lip boot oiler. But yeah, that's the rear end. I can definitely see the bumper is much more aggressive than an M Light. I mean, yeah, I definitely do like this car. Now that I see it in a bit more depth, I do like the overall look of this car. Definitely need to get rid of those wheels there. Put on my, you know, Japan Racing, or who knows, some other type of aftermarket wheels, because they're not bad, but they're not great either. So the 2 Series Coupe will be available in a 1.5 litre or a 2 litre engine. This will most likely be the variants 318i, 320i, 320d, which I could only assume. There will be a couple other variants too, with the hope that it is a rear wheel drive car. They're most likely going to use the 2 litre engine, the 4-cylinder with 300 brake horsepower, purely because the M Light is the transition from the, you know, the standard 1.5 the 2 to the M2. And the new M2 is supposed to be a 3 litre turbocharged straight 6, which is pushing roughly around 420 brake horsepower. The current M2 competition is around 410, so it's bound to be more than that. And you know, with BMW, they do state figures, but their engines usually push more. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. There's not a lot of information we can go off just yet. The car's just, you know, started doing its development runs and things like that. So hopefully over the next few months we can get a bit more information on the trims, the features, you know, a more precise retail price for the car, especially the 235 or the 240 coupe. That's something I'm definitely interested in. I can see myself, you know, it is not as bad as the Grand Coupe. That's all I can say. It hasn't got a fat grille like the M4 or the M3 competition. I'm glad, really. This is the only next generation car that's actually, you know, I first had a look at and thought, do you know what? In the next, you know, few years, I can definitely see myself driving one of these. I'm being happy with how it actually looks like. I can't say much about that for the current M4 and the M3 competition. Obviously, it is growing on me. It is growing on me, but someone please make an aftermarket grille, I beg you. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. See you guys next time.